I'm not able to see Keshav. Could you please come over and help? I can just see the questions that I have posted, but I cannot see audience questions. Okay, so now I can see your questions. Which countries prefer PRINCE2 and which PMP? Also, for what sector of companies both these are valid? Question by Deepthi Kanmachi. My answer was there in the session. PRINCE2 is more popular in Europe, Australia, even Singapore, Canada, and more European influence. PMP is more American and is popular in all other countries. And for what sector? They are both generic methodologies, and they are so for IT or non-IT, they are applicable in both. Which certification? 6+ years of IT. I would refrain from answering any personal things. At the moment, I would look for more global questions. Which certification can help me to practice project management with a government client? Mr. Indapal Singh. Now, it depends which government are you talking about. Are you talking about the Indian government or the UK government or the American government? So as I said, the popularity of the methodology is governed by the countries. So you have to see where you have to do the project and what is more popular with them. So you have to seek from your customer. The question says, if we are aiming for a project management career in UK or for the UK-based client, which is preferred PMP or PRINCE2? Similarly, let me know in US also. It's the same. It's the same question, Jagopal, that I just answered. That for UK, I think if you're working for a client, they would be asking for a PRINCE2. And for American clients, still they ask for PMP. Again, is PRINCE2 Foundation applicable for lifetime? I believe PRINCE2 Practitioner is the one where you need renewals. For PRINCE2 Foundation, yes, there is no repeat exam. PRINCE2 Foundation, there is no need to repeat your certification, but Apurva, the point is that it is not much recognized. Foundation is like you have not posted yourself yet. So it is just for you, you know it, but people don't care really. Until and unless you show them that you have an ability to apply that knowledge. Then Suresh Kavali has asked the question that PMP required 60 PDUs over 3 years, engaged full-time in PM. Does it mean if one works as a project manager in a reputed organization and plays project management role covers the 60 PDUs? No, not really. The exact terms and conditions of how you can earn the PDUs is explained on the PMI website, and I would rather ask you to check it out from there. But what I understand is that if you attend an 8-hour training on project management, you can earn 8 PDUs. Similarly, there are a lot of internet events that keep on happening, International Project Management Day and all, where there are webinars, speakers, papers, which can earn you PDUs, by the way. So the idea is to see that are you practicing your skills. So this is what PMI wants to check. Raman Kumari says that as explained by you, Prince is based on process, which I feel is better approach than knowledge base. Do you agree? If not, why? See, I would not like to do any favoritisms here, but it's a matter of perception. I've tried to put some facts in front of you. That one is process-based, the other is knowledge-based. So now it depends on what is your need, what suits you more. So both of them are good, and so it depends on what is better for you. Now, then the next question is by Sriram Ramanujan, who asked the question, in the current scenario, many tools and methods are used for project management. How they are relevant with PMP or PRINCE2? It's a very good question, Sriram. You're right that there are many tools, but you have to understand that the tool may be any. You can do PRINCE2 even using Microsoft Excel. You do not need to go Microsoft tools simply. You can create your project brief documents in Microsoft Word. You can create your project PID using the Microsoft Word. You can use Excel to create your business case, investment appraisals, and you can use Microsoft Project Professional to create your Microsoft plan. Similarly, for PMP, the tool may vary. Tool really is just an application of how you want to run it in your organization. So the tools can be tuned as per the methodology you choose. So you can customize your tools according to PMP or PRINCE2. So they're more the front end, but having the methodology is the brain behind that how you want projects to be done. Okay. Let me go to, can I use the agile methodologies in both PRINCE2 and PMBOK? Ramesh Rajamani has asked this question. See, it is interesting, good question again, but you have to understand PRINCE2 and PMBOK both are catering to project management, whereas agile methodologies, we are talking about the software development lifecycle. We are talking about either Scrum or waterfall model. Yes, see, in a project something gets developed. If you're talking about a software development, we will need some agile methodology. So that's where, for example, in PRINCE2, when you are doing the managing product delivery process, when the code is being developed or when the software is being developed, you may use Scrum or you may use anything, DRDC or whatever. You can use that agile methodology for software development during a small part of project management, because you see the life of a project is much longer as compared to the life of the development of a small software or a piece of code or installation of a hardware. For that you can use your agile methodology. Does PRINCE2 also speak about professional ethics similar to PMP? No, it doesn't. Naeemuddin Muhammad, this is a question from him. No, PRINCE2 refrains from any soft skill, leadership skills, specialist aspects, detailed techniques. No, it purposely does not go into that area. Yes, then the next question is from Meera Damakondwar. That are these the only key certifications in the project management arena? No, not really. There are others. There's CAPM, then there's IAPM. So if you search, you'll find lots of other certifications which are not as recognized as these two, but yes, they are there. There is also a very new agile project management is also being launched, both by PMI Agile and by APM. So that which is based more on the inspect and adapt principle. Any more questions? I do not see any more questions here. Keshav, if you can hear me, please let me know if there are more questions, because I cannot see any more questions. If there are no more questions, then probably we can close the session, Keshav. Okay, so okay, the next question is, can you shed some light on the cost comparison between the two with respect to both training and certification? Satish Pillai has asked this question. Valid question. See, there is a lot of variation in the market depending upon the various training organizations. But I will say a PMP training would cost you close to 20 to 25,000. And you have to become the member of PMI, and the exam cost, it comes to be around $550. $550. So that is about PMP. For PRINCE2, both for the training and certification, there are various variety of ranges from anywhere between 30,000 to 50,000. You have to pay for a PRINCE2 training and a certification. So, okay, I see one of my colleagues, Anupam Srivastav, has asked me a question: how risk management is done in PRINCE2? So, in PRINCE2, Anupam, we have a whole theme called risk, which talks in detail about the risk management procedure, which talks about identification and planning and measuring the risk, and finally implementing the risks. So there is a risk register which is maintained during the life of a project, and how we take care of the various issues and risks is throughout the life of the project. So all the issues and risks are maintained within the respective registers and are escalated to the stakeholders, and which are then closed by them. So the risk owners can be other than the project managers. It is not a must that if you are a project manager, you become responsible for handling and closing all the risks. Now I get the next question from Apurv Kumar once more. So how much documentation is required for PRINCE2 or PMP? See, for PRINCE2, I can tell you, since it's a tailorable approach, so the PMO of your organization should ideally offer you various customized options depending upon the size of the project. So you can categorize a big project, medium project, small projects, and so on. So if the business case is light, if the money spent in a project is light, then you can choose the small size project, where the documentation required would be only the minimum possible. For example, you would not be required to create a project brief. You would just create the project initiation documentation and have a project plan in place, and you can just have 2 stages and shoot. In PMP, you are required to prepare certain minimum possible documents, but again, I think it varies according to the money that you are spending and the risk that you are taking in the project. So if it's a legal project, and your organization can be killed if you do not get aligned, then trust me, whatever the methodology may be, your senior management would expect you to do more documentation, more quality testing, more controls. So there will be higher governance on such things. What else? Any more questions? If you have any more questions, kindly type them in. I would be happy to handle them. What about lessons learned in PRINCE2? Anupam Srivastav again. For lessons learned, Anupam, what we do is at end of each stage, we start to accumulate all the learnings that we are making in our project in something called a lessons log, and they are captured formally in the end stage report. So this is something which is sent out even to your senior management, that these are the mistakes that we made and the other project managers should not make the similar ones. Or these are the good things that we did, so these are the things that have to be reproduced in other projects. So rather, one of the principles of PRINCE2 is learn from experience. So as they say, wise people learn from other people's experiences. So right as soon as the project begins, the very first thing that the PM is expected to do is refer to the organization's lessons learned knowledge base. And these are the duties of usually the PMO organizations in any corporate whose job is to consolidate and make it available to all the project managers. And all these, at the end of each stage, these lessons are made, captured, accumulated, and when the project closes, then we issue a lessons learned report, which again goes to enrich the knowledge base of the company. Okay. Then Archie Makhija is asking a question. Hi Sonia, where does ITIL certification fit in the bigger picture? Interesting question, Archie. See, ITIL is again coming from the suite of EPM. So if you talk about the ITSM certification, you have to understand the key difference. ITIL caters to service management. That is the life of business as usual. It is more about handling the life of the project once it is deployed. So once you have created something, it is about maintaining something, and that is when IT service management or ITIL training will help you. But today we are talking about project management. That is when we are trying to do something for the first time. Okay, so once you create something, then in order to sustain it, you will require ITIL skills. Then Ganesan Natarajan asks me the question, for product management, which is the best suitable method, Agile or PMP? Product management, I do not understand, Ganesan, your question very well. If you talk about a product life cycle, it is much longer than a project life cycle. By the way, product life cycle starts from an idea, Somebody conceived an idea that, okay, let me create a car, okay? From that moment, the product life will start. And it will go on and on and on, and it might include various projects in its lifespan, because it will continue till the time that car is manufactured, run on the road, and scrapped. So that is all the product life cycle. So I don't think it is fair enough to compare that with PMP or Agile. As I said, PMP and PRINCE2 cater to project management. Agile methodologies like Scrum, etc., Scrum, Lean, they cater to the software development part. Okay, so let's keep that separate. Now, Venkatraman Vijaya Bhaskar is asking me my question. What is the III theorem in the context of stakeholders, which you asked? Okay, so I just hope that some people have at least answered the question correctly. The III means anybody who is interested, involved, or can influence or get influenced by the products of your project are all stakeholders. So the I stands for influenced, involved, and the third one I just forgot. I just shared with you. Yeah, impacted, involved, and influenced. Okay. If someone is PMP certified already, is it necessary to go for PRINCE2 certification? Murli Krishna is asking me this question. No, Murli, it's not mandatory at all. It completely depends on your choice. If you think it is a requirement in your organization, or if you see a better career with it, then so be it. But it is nowhere it is written that you have to be certified in both project management methodologies. I think it is the one you have to take the call. Okay, we have overshot on the time. I'm getting some good, interesting questions. Keshav, do we plan to continue?
We have got a few other questions, but due to time constraint, we cannot take all the questions right now. So we can conclude the session now.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much everybody for your presence and your interesting questions. I sincerely hope that you gained something today and you have at least 2 or 3 takeaways from my session. And I would also like to thank TechGeek for inviting me here and giving me an opportunity to share my thoughts. I think you're doing a good job, guys. Keep it on. Thank you. Over to you, Keshav.
December 14th at 3 p.m. Topic: Critical Success Factors for Managing Global Projects. Speaker: Mr. Shanmugha Velutham, Global Program Manager at HP. So see you all at 14th December at 3 p.m. Have a nice day. Thank you.